Willkommen zurück
I
bei
can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
What Remains of Edith Finch.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Das ist so dunkel. Böse, böse Maske. Was ist denn da unterm Bett irgendwie? Gib mir die Taschenlampe mal. Ich würde gerne irgendwie mehr sehen. Molly. Katzenöhrchen. Der Fisch. Erstaunlicherweise lebt der Fisch auch nicht mehr. Ja, Moment mal. Wie komme ich? Oh. Werde ich jetzt auch zur Katze? Ne, ich werde nicht zur Katze.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Lurpy. Ach, das sind die ganzen Vögel. Lurpy. Gott, hatte die viele Vögel. Mädel, du hast einen Vogel.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
Okay, da wird dann die nächste Geschichte erzählt. Sehe ich noch irgendwas?
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Okay, schauen wir uns mal die Geschichte an. Ach, das ist die Tür. Kann ich die von hier aus öffnen? Nee, natürlich nicht. Ist komplett versiegelt.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
So, this is Odin.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Wird gespeichert. Bild 1937. Oh, wow. Oh my God. That's way too much. Hier sieht's aus, als könnte ich hier was tun. Das ist auch ein weißer Punkt, aber... Da. Ach nee, ist nur Glanz. Nevermind.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Toll.
It was a pretty big trace.
Das ist ja grausam. Oh, even this is locked. Okay.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Edie won't go. Go, Edie. Go, Edie.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Okay.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Oh, das ist Edith. Also bin ich, in Anführungsstrichen. Oh, cool, ich komme nicht mehr zurück. Dann habe ich scheinbar irgendwas übersehen. Soll ich mal was über den Hai sagen oder über... Ah. Ah.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Witzig. Ich mochte diese Bücher aber ganz früher. Also diese Aufklappbücher. Obwohl die mal viel zu schnell kaputt gegangen sind. Aber das ist eine andere Geschichte. Calvin Finch. Wie ist denn eine Art Fotokammer, kann das sein?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Wir sind quasi in einer kleinen Rotlichtkammer. Ja, hier ist das Rotlicht. Meld war auch hier. Oh, das ist der zweigeteilte Raum. Cool. Hier sind ja jetzt 2 Leute. Congratulations oder sowas? Joint fight. Fort Calvin. Ja.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Okay, Calvin habe ich gefunden.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Ich soll Prioritäten setzen, ne? Ah! Now I got it.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Du hast es ihm nach.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Ich glaube, ich bringe den gerade um, kann das sein?
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
So, aber was ist jetzt mit Sam?
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Sam ist tatsächlich scheinbar dort gestorben.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at
Calvin.
18 and never set foot in the room again.
Was ein cooler Mechanismus. I like it. Gehört es noch zu Calvin? I don't think so. Perhaps doch, aber vielleicht doch. Aber entweder das ist noch hier, weil hier ist ja noch diese Fotokamera. Wir haben Erinnerungen von zwei verschiedenen Leuten, müssten eigentlich in diesem Raum sein, nämlich einmal Sam und einmal Calvin. Und wir haben bis jetzt nur die eine von den beiden. Und wir haben gerade eben im Buch gesehen, dass die auch fehlt. Also es ist auf jeden Fall... Fehlt dann noch eine. Kann ich irgendwie das Buch öffnen? Da. Der Calvin ist gemalt, Sam fehlt. Sam ist rechts daneben. Deswegen irgendwo müssen wir Sam... Also, ne? Es fehlt noch was bei Sam. Aber... I... don't know where. Vielleicht ja doch im nächsten. Aber eigentlich... Wie gesagt, Sam fehlt. Vielleicht kommt das ja noch. Was mich aber...
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, cool. Danke dafür.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Also, wie gesagt,
I
wir
never
haben
thought
jetzt...
about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Auf jeden Fall gerade was ausgelassen.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Das Schlimme ist, das muss ich jetzt steuern.
Are you okay? This isn't funny.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Toll! Ich kann damit schlagen.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Der Hakenmann-Killer.
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
Ja, da ist sein Freund Rick und hinter dir ist...
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, We're dead, Walter.
Ja. War toll. Ups. Die Musik. Anscheinend von rechts.
Walter, are you there?
Kann ich nach links gucken, wo ich eigentlich hingucken will?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And here he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
That night played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Muss schnell runter. Dann steht er da aber nicht mehr. Liegt er da aber nicht mehr. Ja, dann tötet er mich.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come.
Bitte was?
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Alright. Alright.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
nicht her im Übrigen. Aber muss es auch eigentlich auch irgendwo hier... Ist hier nicht noch ein Geheimweg? Happy Birthday to you. Happy Birthday to you. Ich muss jetzt mit der Spieluhr den Schlüssel holen und dann in den Keller. Ich habe halt noch Sam.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Aber ich weiß aktuell nicht, wie ich... Also ich erinnere mich mal, ich weiß ja...
Funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Ne, ich weiß ja, wo... Sams Raum ist. Ich habe das Gefühl, es ist ein bisschen später geworden, kann das sein? Hallo? Wird gespeichert. Geht's jetzt noch ein bisschen dunkler? Vor allen Dingen, hier unten war ja kein Zimmer von irgendwem. Sven?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Das ist die Schlangenrutsche. Ein Modell davon. Wie die später aussehen soll.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Ich sehe nichts.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Wow.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Wir haben einen Bunker eingerichtet, um lange zu überleben. Oh! Walter ist nicht weit gekommen.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. Expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Dann wollen wir weiter Pfirsiche essen.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin.
Ja. Oh, ich soll mich wehren,
Maybe
ja?
this is all a mistake.
Oh nein.
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Ich finde das irgendwie sehr interessant.
Whatever's
wie
out
das-
there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Und Walter wurde überfahren.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Ich glaube, deine Mutter hat dir ziemlich viel nicht erzählt, wenn ich das mal so sagen darf.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Schön. Schönes Bild. Aber wir machen den Cut. Sage bis zum nächsten Part für das neue Videos. Ja.